Hello and welcome back to the ArcSimRapMarket.com National Series. Today we're here for race number 3 at Bristol Motor Speedway, or as some people like to call it, the last great Coliseum. So from two-mile or more racetracks all the way down to this half-mile racetrack, it's definitely going to get pretty chaotic under the lights here in Bristol, Tennessee. So as practice comes to a close here soon, give it about 10 seconds, we'll head straight into qualifying. I'm actually not sure if this is a night race. It might be a day race. Either way, it's going to be a lot of fun. So practice has about 5 seconds left before it is over, and then we'll head into qualifying and go on board with one of our drivers, which I'm not really sure who to go on board with. As you see the flagman waving the checkered flag, these cars will be coming down pit road. And we'll just go on board with last week's winner, which that is Gabriel Dahari. So whenever he gets out on the racetrack. As there you see him in the number 36. We will go straight on board with him to see how he tackles this half-mile racetrack. 175 laps tonight. As long as we don't have many cautions, those laps will wind down pretty quickly. So he enters turns 3. This track was pretty slick in practice, so we'll see how sideways they are. And you have very sideways coming out of the corner there. But he jumps up the second as he's coming to complete his second lap. And it looks like Gabriel Dahari very loose into the wall coming off of turn number 4, so that's going to ruin his lap. He's going to qualify 5th. Right now, Sean Kissany has the pole on his first lap. So even though it's 175 laps tonight, these cars are going around here at 14-15 seconds. So Sean still has the top spot as he'll come to a close on his second lap. Ty Higginbotham on his second lap coming out of turn 4, and he's going to qualify. Looks like he's going to stay in 8th. Luke Allen just completed his first lap. Coming to complete his second lap, and he will qualify 9th. As Jared is out there, Steven Maggio is out there. As Jared's gonna start his qualifying run. Out of turn number 4, his first lap will be nothing, apparently. It didn't score. .15th for his first lap. It looks like he might have messed up his first lap, actually, because he only ran 1 there. So he'll qualify 15th. We got 4 drivers out in the back. Hunter Young, Zach Zonders, Jose, and Andrew. So there you see Hunter Young, who made his 1 start this season at Daytona. Did not race Fontana last week. And he's going to get very loose off the corner and hit the inside wall. So that's going to end his qualifying run. There's Zach Zonders, who seems to be very sideways. Right now it's still Sean Kissany with the top spot. And it looks like Zach is going to restart his qualifying time here. Andrew Sanford making his first start this season in that Waffle House 37. now to turn number 4, he will put up a... Okay, the time's not coming up, so maybe next... And let's see if it scores in this time. Nope. So, I'm not sure what's happening there. Looks like Jared Wilson's just getting some practice out there. So 20 drivers set a lap. Sean Kissany up top. We got about 20 seconds left here in qualifying. But it looks like it's going to be Sean Kissany. And this is our biggest field this season. We got 26 cars. And yes, it's going to be Sean Kissany with the pole here at Bristol. So we'll get to your starting grid. So on the pole, Sean Kissany. Right beside him is Gabe Cazzola. And then row number 2, Jonathan Jurgensmeyer with Hunter McDivitt. 2 teammates right there. Row number 3, Brody Falliker with Dylan Bam. Row number 4, Micah Walls with Ty Higginbotham. And then rounding out your top 10, Ryan and Luke Allen. And then you see last week's winner, Gabriel Dahari. And row 6, right beside him is Rivers Jones. And row 13, CD Mangrum, your Daytona winner, with Stephen Maggio. And Jared Wilson at Hunter Young. Jose Marcado with AJ Knickel. And then rounding out your top 20, Cameron Lopez and Duncan Faw. And only 20 cars set a lap, so everyone else behind these drivers did not qualify. And then you see 26 drivers. Dylan Robb will round out the field. My bad. So as these cars will grid up on pit road, it'll be that number 10 of Sean Kissany. Just gotta wait for everybody to grid up, or the 2 minutes to run out here. As it looks like everyone's gridded up, so should be having our engine start soon. And the base truck coming out of pit road, it's going to be Sean leading us around. So it's going to be 2 laps worth of pacing here because this track is so short. So this is going to be a pretty action-packed race here at the Last Great Coliseum. Pace truck gonna go by one more time. The lights are already off on it. That's probably a visual glitch. Alright, so in practice and qualifying, this truck was pretty slick. We'll see how they do here in the race. As right now, half this track is being covered in shadow. So that's going to change some things up when you go onto the backstretch. As the pace truck should be coming in this time. We're ready to go. 175 laps around this half-mile racetrack. Sean Kissany on the pole, green flag in the air. Sean's going to lead lap number 1. Gabe tucks in second, Jurg in third. We'll pull up the leaderboard here. So far, so clean. As Dylan Robb, it looks like he didn't grid up. So he's out of this one. Side by side right here, ooh, very tight coming off the corner. This is for that 5th spot. Dylan Bam and Brody Falliker. And now Dylan Bam going for Hunter McDivitt, getting a nice run on that outside lane. Trying to pass Jurg now for that 3rd spot. And it looks like he's going to get around that number, or that 00. And now going for second on Gabe, so he's going to pass Gabe. Brody Falliker following him behind. As this track is all about split-second decisions on where you want to make your moves. Right now, Dylan Bam running that outside lane. Sean Kissedy running that inside lane. As Dylan Bam's trying to close in, and he is right now. He'll be on this back bumper of the number 10 very soon. These two have pulled about a second from the rest of the field. Gabe Gazzola back there in third, as we might see a battle for the lead here soon. Dylan Bam he's looking low now on Sean. So now Sean has that outside lane, but Sean's going to take it easy for right now. Still going to pull out ahead. As if we get green flag runs, we will have lap cars very quickly. Last place is already 8.3 seconds back, and it takes about 15 seconds to get around this racetrack. As here comes Dylan Bam for the race lead. Sean trying to squeeze him down low. As they're side by side for third behind Brody Falliker and Gabe Gazzola. And it's going to be Dylan Bam taking the race lead here on lap number 13. Go back here, it looks like Brody Falliker got around Gabe, and now here comes Micah on the outside. Now Jurg running that outside lane. Almost had a run on Gabe, but Gabe blocked it. But now he should be able to get to his outside here, and here comes Jurg this time. So now Jurg into that top 5. Gabe will fall back to 6th. Now here comes McDivitt on the outside of Gabe. Looks like Gabe's just kind of taking it easy right now on that inside lane, not really moving up to the outside like some of these drivers. You know, Gabe Gazzola finished second last week at Fontana. Looking to maybe get a win here at Bristol, but we still got a lot of laps to go. So far, so clean these first 18 laps. As the track is completely covered with shade. So I think that's helping grip a little bit. Now here comes Hunter McDivitt trying to get that top 5 spot on Jurg. Two teammates right here. And actually in front of them, Micah Walls trying to pass Brody Falliker for that top 3 spot. Falliker is going to kind of get into the wall, so that's going to allow Walls to pass him. As Jurg will hold that 5th position. We got one car down pit road, that's Andrew Zapfa. Don't know if he spun or hit the wall. He's going to go a few laps down here now. So far, Dylan Bam's out front. He has about a second lead over Sean Kissany. As it's only been a few minutes and they've already gone 22 laps, so like I said, if this stays green, this race will go by pretty quickly. It's only been 5.5 minutes since this race started. Looks like back here, Brody Falliker was having some internet issues as McDivitt into the wall behind him. There's a little bit of a cluster here. McDivitt trying to get around his teammate Jurg. So he's got a nice run on the outside lane. I think Jurg might have gotten loose on that inside lane. So you see the Suns coming back in on the front stretch. There's just a big train behind Jonathan Juergensmeyer right now. We'll go on his back bumper, see what he sees right now. There's a whole bunch of colors. Now he's going to look high. There's Luke Allen's front bumper, trying to look into the inside of Gabe Gazzola. Couldn't quite make the move. Back here you got Stephen Maggio and Rivers Jones battling for position. Just inside the top 10. It's actually 410th. And right in front of them, Luke Allen and Ryan are battling for position. Munoz making his first start. Same for Maggio. That unnumbered Krispy Kreme car in that number 19. Other drivers making their first start. Andrew Sanford and I believe Zach Saunders. I don't remember. I know he's made starts in this league before. I don't know if he's made a start this season. He might have raced Daytona. I think he raced Daytona, so never mind. As Luke Allen's stuck on that inside lane, he's dropping back right now. As there you see a lap car, Cameron Lopez. Ooh, Hunter McDivitt. I don't know what happened there. But McDivitt was pretty slow on that inside lane, and he dropped back outside of the top 10. He might have gotten loose off the corner. As Gabriel Dahari not having the best of runs right now, currently 16th. Last week's winner. Just a different type of racetrack he's got to get used to. AJ Knickel, 3 wide. Lap car of Cameron Lopez, who has not had the best this season. Pretty sure has wrecked the last 2 races and now falling a lap down here. As up front, Sean Kissany is closing in on the 2. They got about a 2.5 second lead over Michael Walls. As more lap cars might be coming up. Back here, Jose is a lap down. That's who Brody's battling right now. So Sean trying to close in, trying to get that bottom lane to work. This might be Sean's first race too. I know he didn't race Fontana. He might have raced Daytona though. I'm not entirely sure. Too many cars to keep track of. But he's doing very good. Trying to get that lead back, of course, from his starting position. And here he comes underneath. As Jurg has spun off of turn 4 and has hit the inside wall a ton. Another car in that as well. I think it's Rivers Jones. It's actually a pretty big wreck. Andrew Sanford in that. As Rivers Jones, his motor is gone, so his day's going to end. I saw the 37 involved as well. As Jurg is just, yeah, his car is dead on the front stretch. Looks like Hunter Young also's got damage. Go back and take a look at what happened. Our first caution. Jones right here, trying to pass the slow car of Jose. Jerk to the outside. Jose comes up and pushes him up into the wall, and then out of the corner, gets a tag from Rivers Jones. And I think he got pretty big netcode there, sending him to the inside wall, and Rivers Jones came back up into the field and just destroyed everybody. It looks like Hunter McDivitt was there. I gotta go back and watch Jurg, because that was very weird, but we'll watch Rivers Jones real quick. So you'll see coming out of the corner, watch Jurg's car just hook. Yeah, big netcode there with Luke Allen, as Rivers Jones just loses it on the apron. And of course, naturally, his car is going to slide back up the racetrack, and just nowhere for some of these drivers to go. It looks like Ty gets through. Maybe a little bit of damage there, but he's going to slide back down. AJ Knickel, Gabriel Dehari. Mangrum misses it somehow, but then here comes Hunter McDivitt as well. Big hit to the driver door there. Or the other side, my bad. Hunter Young involved, and just nowhere for this 37 to go, as the pace car kind of blocks where Hunter McDivitt was going. Very unfortunate for Andrew there. We'll ride on board with him though, because he kind of got blindsided by that. So a pretty big wreck here at Bristol. It's going to end a few of these drivers' nights. Jonathan Jurgensmeyer, again, with lap car issues, as him and his teammate who started Road 2. Looks like they're both going to be done. It looks like everyone pitted there. Well, actually, Sean didn't pit. Same for Brody Falliker. You can see pit lap times there. So Sean and Falliker stay out, as they're going to double up this time by. We'll see pit time too. Oh, they're not going to show pit time. I have to go a little bit longer. This is how this graphic works. The blue line means just a different stint, and it'll go back to yellow next time they all pit. But Sean and Falliker, they both stay out. So this is going to be interesting. I'm not sure how Falliker did not gain any positions, or at least is starting second. But here we go. Pace truck back down pit road. Sean leads us again with Dylan Bam to his outside. Michael Wallace trying to do something. Honestly, this might be Micah's first start this season, too. Well, we're going to do a little cricket. I am very sorry about that. I got 2 little gremlins in my room. They'll hopefully be gone by the end of this month. But there you see we're under caution. It was for Jose, who spun all by himself, and then Andrew Stanford just nowhere to go. And you also saw, when I was trying to do a little crank it up thing there, Dylan Bam got very loose. I think he just left the race because he's gone. But Michael takes the race lead. Looks like Sean and Falliker came down pit road. Yes, I know I was muted. So that's the lead is going to be handed to Michael Walls. And out of all of that, Ryan Munoz has found himself in 3rd. Of course, making his first start. Possibly in the league, but definitely this season. Steven Maggio making his first start ever, I know that. Currently right behind him in 4th. So a bunch of these drivers that started kind of mid-pack finding their way up here with these pit strategies. There you see Jared Wilson, who started last, I believe, because of that he was given an EOL. He's up here in 8th right now. Looks like they're doubling up. So we'll go green this time by. Going to be Michael Wallace leading this, who won a few late model races on that little off-season late model series we had. As the pace truck's going to come back down pit road. Green flags out here at Bristol. So 2 cautions in 56 laps. That's not bad, but it could get chaotic here. Munoz underneath Cazzola, trying to make that pass. Now he's got some fire from Steven on that outside lane. Ooh, Steven into the wall. As Kissany on those fresher tires, he's making his way through the field, currently in 9th. Now going for 8th and 7th. Making quick work. We'll see how fresh his tires are. That's the wrong one. There we go. About maybe a 12-lap difference, which probably isn't huge as he's in the wall. But it's still going to help him in the long run. Unless he keeps hitting that wall. As up in front of them, Gabe Gazzola's battling with Steven Maggio. As Michael Walls is loving this, he's pulling away from these guys. We see 20th on back all out of this race. Or some drivers on pit road. Andrew's out there, but he's 22 laps down. So new faces in this top 3. Michael Walls leading, Steven Maggio 2nd, and Ryan Munoz in 3rd. Here comes Sean quickly trying to work his way around Gabe Gazzola. Him and Brody Falliker are on the same tire set, so he's trying to get away from that 42. And the only driver that was really keeping up with this number 10 was Dylan Bam, and now Dylan Bam's out of this race, so. That's going to help him, since he seems to possibly have the quickest car tonight. Oh, he's going to get turned into the wall by Ryan Munoz. They hold on to it. He might have come up into that unnumbered car. And yeah, his car is broken. He's going to have to probably pit here to fix it. And just like that, his night is probably over. I know it's daytime in iRacing, but it's nighttime here, so. So yeah, he's going to come down pit road. We'll go back and see. I think he might have come up into Ryan Munoz. We'll go helicopter cam. It looks like he came up, but Munoz also came off the wall. So yeah, he's down pit road, and that's like our two best drivers probably out of this one. As Michael Wall's up front now. It's just shy of 100 laps to go. Hunter McDivitt's back out on the racetrack. Or maybe he left. Nope, he's coming back out. Many laps down, but he's coming back out. Ryan Munoz, he's fallen back to 13th. Don't know if his damage is that severe. As Jared Wilson, where did he come from? He's up in here. He's up here into third now. Hasn't really had the best start to this season. Spun out at pit road at Daytona, then got into a wreck, and at Fontana spun out on pit road again and just left after that. So he's maybe hoping for no green flag pit stops today, but it could happen. Currently up here in third, a nice little run for this 3 machine. Zach Saunders has found his way up into fourth. Right now, it's looking like we're going to get another new winner this season. C.D. Mangrum, he's currently in 7th, and then Gabriel Dahari has damage back here. Right now, Michael Ball is just leading this one. I'm pretty sure he missed the first 2 races this season. No, wait, he did race Daytona, never mind. He raced Daytona, but did not race Fontana last week. If he did race Fontana, I don't remember him, and he was never up front. Like I said, he won a few late model races in the off season. Don't think he won any races last season when we were in the next gens. Currently running away with this one, almost a 2-second lead over Steven. As Gabe Guzzola trying to make a move on Saunders, and he will take 4th away, it looks like. As right now, your biggest mover is that 8 or 17 of Zach Saunders. 18 spots gained. He's up here. Looks like Jared tried to make a move on Steven there, but couldn't quite get around him. As Michael's coming up to a lap car. I'm not sure who that is. It's AJ Knickel, who was involved in that earlier wreck. So you see no front bumper on that 47. As he's a bit off pace. Looks like another good lap car. That's Cameron Lopez. I don't know if I don't think he's been in a wreck. He's just not having a good day. Back here, Jared Wilson still all over Steven. And here he comes down below. Trying to make the pass, but Steven's got to get that run off the corner. There's Jose coming out of pit road. 34 laps down. So he's going to lap AJ here. Steven closed in on Micah a little bit. This lap car's running that inside lane. Very hard to get around lap cars here, especially when they're both side-by-side battling. Bit of smoke right there. I don't know who that came from. Might have been Jose again. So if this somehow goes green, I'm pretty sure they're going to have to make green flag pit stops one more time. That's if it goes green. Because we're just past 90 laps to go. These laps are winding down pretty quickly here at Bristol. Micah's got about a 1.7 second lead over Maggio as they lap Andrew Sapfad there. We'll go back here to the 31 of Jimmy Cocker, who has found his way into the top 10. He joined during qualifying, didn't even set a qualifying lap, so he's basically had zero practice here and currently running in this 10th spot. So not bad for someone who didn't make a single lap in practice or qualifying. It's up here, Gabe Gazzola and Brody Falliker battling it out. It looks like Falliker's going to get around them. Falliker does have newer tires. He's into the wall a little bit there. Don't think it's going to harm him that much. Michael Wells lapping Hunter Young. Easily gets around him. Brody Falliker just blinked out back there, but he's back. We got a big battle back here. Luke Allen, Ty Higginbotham, and Jimmy Cocker. This is for that 8th spot. As now Ty is kind of going away with it. Jimmy Cocker passing Luke Allen for 9th. His next lap will be 80 laps to go. As back here, Jared Wilson trying again. Try to use that lap car of Hunter Young as a pick, and now he's got advantage. But Steven might get the run off the corner again. Jared trying to force him up into the wall, just trying to get around him somehow, sending it off into the corner. As he's going to slide up. Oh, very close there. I think they touched a little bit, but Jared Wilson now has that outside lane advantage, and he's going to take second. And that's as close as you can get. I don't even think there was an inch apart from those two. But he gets around Steven, and he's closing in on Micah pretty quickly here. As it's down to almost a second. So you see they lap Hunter Young back here. So we got a 3-car battle for 4th. So we'll be watching this battle, but Jared is closing in on Micah. Don't know if Micah's saving his stuff or if Jared just saved his stuff a little bit better. They're lapping Cameron Lopez and AJ Knickel again. CD Mangrum has fallen back to 10th. I'm not sure what happened there. He was in front of all those guys, like Jimmy Cocker and Ty Higginbotham. They're both battling for position, by the way. And how about Gabriel Dahari? Where did he come from? Up here in 9th right now. I thought he was off pace at a wrecked race car, but maybe not. It's the battle for the lead. About to heat up here between Michael Walls and Jared Wilson. So we got a few battles around this racetrack. As Dahari's looking to make a move on Higginbotham here. Trying to take that 7th spot away. AJ Knickel's down there. Ooh, 3 wide with the lap car. As up front, here comes Jared Wilson trying to get underneath Michael Walls. As we're coming to 70 laps to go this time by. As here comes Jared trying to make that inside lane work, but Micah's going to hog that outside lane. So Jared's just going to have to try to figure out how to get a run down below there. And now Micah's trying to give him a little bit of dirty air. Jared looking again, Micah running that outside lane. Now both of them run inside this corner. Micah messes up a little bit. Jared had a better exit. Couldn't quite get underneath him. As Micah's going to go back up to that outside lane. Jared looks a lot better on that inside lane in 1 and 2. Side by side with Micah. Here he comes underneath for the race lead. As Gabe Gazzola crashed in the back. No caution. And now we have a caution. So Micah will hold the race lead. And it's Gabe Gazzola on the 18 who goes around. And actually, I think they're going to give it to Jared possibly. And maybe, yeah, I think they gave it to Jared. So Jared just 1 millisecond out front basically. And he's going to take the lead because of Gabe Gazzola's caution. Unfortunate for Micah, but we'll go back and see what happened to Gabe Gazzola. So he's battling with Zach Saunders here. And out of the corner. Oh, Gabe hits the wall and Zach just comes up into him. Into the inside wall they both go. Not really much Zach could do there. We'll ride on board with Zach Saunders. You'll see just Gabe Gazzola slow up a lot more than what Zach thought he was going to. He tried to tuck him behind him, but Gabe hitting that wall and just unfortunate circumstances there. Everybody should be coming down pit road, and yes, here they all come. It's going to be Jared Wilson leading us. He's got one of the first pit boxes here on the front stretch. As Francis Hamilton and Hunter Young stay out. So we'll see who wins the race off pit road. It looks like it's going to be Jared Wilson. And then Micah. Andrew Stanford is a lap down, so Micah comes out second. Brody Falliker third. Stephen Maggio fourth. And Jimmy Cocker fifth. But we had 2 drivers stay out there. Now they're coming in. At least Francis Hamilton's coming in. Hunter Young, yes, he is as well. So Jared Wilson will inherit the race lead again. So out of our 26 starters, looks like only 20 of them are still alive, and 13 of them are on the lead lap. Gabe Gazzola rounding out the lead lap cars in 13th. Actually, no, Hunter Young's on the lead lap too. He's in 14th. So 14 cars on the lead lap. Should be going green this time by. Looks like Jared Wilson's going to choose that outside lane. As they should be able to make it on fuel from here. We'll be restarting with 60 laps to go here at Bristol. And if it goes green, those laps could wind down pretty quickly. So everyone up front on the same tire strategy now. No one's off. Don't know why the birds are talking again. So this could get pretty chaotic. We actually have a lot more drivers out on the track than I thought. Green flag back in the air here at Bristol. Looks like we only got 4 or 5 drivers actually out of this race. Everyone else is just mini laps down. So Jared will take the race lead. He hits the wall, though. Michael Walls trying to take second away from Steven, but Steven's going to hold tough on that outside lane. Michael's going to try to force him into a mistake, but he magically forces Gabriel Dahari into a mistake, who hit the wall behind them. Still side by side for second. Micah's trying to find a way around Steven, but Steven has that outside lane advantage. Contact off the corner. Brody Falliker is making a move on Dahari back there, as Steven's still trying to stay on that outside lane. Trying to make the pass, and he will take second away from Micah. As Falliker looking on the outside lane on Dahari, as he's going to make the pass work for fourth. As now Steven working that outside lane, now going low. Trying to make the pass work, but couldn't really get the run off the corner like he wanted. Here comes Micah back underneath. Couldn't quite do anything with that. Jimmy Cocker up here into the top 5. As he passes Gabriel Dahari. Brody Falliker on the back bumper, now looking to the inside of Michael Walls. Couldn't really make the move, as the top 4 have pretty much split away from the rest of the field. Jimmy Cocker not too far behind. Ooh, Micah all over the back bumper of Steven, who almost got into the back bumper of Jared. As here comes Falliker back down low underneath Micah. Ooh, contact off the corner. Micah's going to hold that position. Steven looking to the outside lane. Couldn't get a run. Gets a little run now. Little 4 cars under the blanket here. Almost 5 with Jimmy Cocker back there. Here comes Michael Walls back underneath. Trying to make that pass happen. If he can't, Brody Falliker is going to be there on the outside lane. And here comes Brody now. So now Micah might lose third here from that 42. As, oh, Jared's going to get turned into the wall. Oh, Gabriel Dahari, Ty Higginbotham also involved. Steven ran that outside lane, had a run. I don't think Jared expected him to get there that quickly. I think Jared might have cut himself off. It's a little 4-car incident here. I can find Jared's name again. Here he is on pit road. Him in the 19. Go back and take a look at what happened here. We'll go helicopter cam. You'll see Steven runs that outside lane. Oh man, my bad. This is French Rich. Alright, here we go. Steven runs that outside lane and just gets a big run on Jared. I don't think Jared expected it, and just comes up into him. And then the 19 spins down the racetrack. Poor Gabriel Dahari, nowhere to go. Everyone else avoids it except for Ty Higginbotham. See, just Steven gets that run off the corner. Jared doesn't expect it, and he comes up into Steven. Chops himself, basically. And then probably would have been fun if they both stayed up on the racetrack, but then Steven gets basically launched back down onto the apron, and Gabriel Dahari, who was already committed, just nowhere to go. And Ty Higginbotham runs into Gabriel Dahari. Slight contact. Everyone else avoids, though. So a wreck here late. We'll set up another caution. as the lead will be given to Micah Walls. As that might be 2 more drivers out of this one. And they were both having pretty good runs up front. So a lot of our front runners have been kicked off. Sean Kissany, Dylan Bam, Jared Wilson, Steven Maggio. All of them running up front, and they've all wrecked out. Another driver who's been running up front a lot this race has been Micah Walls, so we'll see how his luck is. Now we got some new faces up here. Jimmy Cocker has found his way into 3rd. Duncan Faw in 4th. Luke Allen 5th. Zach Saunders up here in 6th. And how about Hunter Young, who's found his way into the top 10. Same for Francis Hamilton. So about to go back green. Michael Walls will lead us with 55 laps to go. My bad, 45 laps to go. So pace car in, and it's going to be Micah leading us once again here at Bristol. A good launch over Falliker. In that long run, it was just Micah and Jared up front. So we'll see if Micah can pull away as Duncan Falls trying to make a move, and he will take 2nd away from Falliker. And ooh, almost pulled the same thing Jared did. Almost came up into that 42, but Falliker gets back around him. Here comes Jimmy Cocker trying to go for that 3rd spot. Duncan Falls seems to be a bit loose on that inside lane. So we'll see if Falliker can close in on that 48. As he's running that outside lane, Micah's running the inside. So here comes Brody Falliker. Now Micah jumps up high to block him, but Falliker still gets a nice run off the corner. He's going to look low for the race lead. Couldn't quite get it as Micah gets the run off the corner. We come to 40 laps to go this time by. The lead is pretty heated right now between Micah Walls and Brody Falliker. Micah's just blocking every move this 42 goes. 42 goes high, Micah's up there as well. As Falliker gets a run off the corner now. Nice little run there. Here he comes to the inside of Micah. But Micah's going to get the run off this corner. And he will maintain the race lead. As Falliker does have a faster car, it's just if he can get around this 48. Try not to use your tires too much trying to pass Micah here. Still got 30-something laps to go. As C.D. Mangrum, he's making his way through the field right now, currently up into 4th. Trying to pass Duncan Faw. Ryan Munoz back up here into the top 5 as well. As Micah is still holding his ground up front. So we'll go on to the Coliseum camera. As the top 5 drivers within a second of each other. As here comes C.D. Mangrum on the outside of Jimmy Cocker for that 3rd spot. He's trying to become the first multiple-time winner this season. Of course, won back at Daytona 2 weeks ago. Everyone else looking for their first wins of the season and possibly first wins of their careers. I know Jimmy Cocker has been in victory lane. Micah has possibly been in victory lane. Same for Brody when we were running the Next Gens last season. But here comes Brody. Has a nice run on that outside lane. Micah's still going to hold the position. As Brody's going all the way up there to that wall. C.D. Mangrum is making his way through this field as well. Here comes Brody Fallinger down low. I'm interested to see if CD pitted there. And yes, he did. He does have fresher tires. You see 32 laps. Micah and Brody have gone on those tires. But Munoz and Mangrum, 18 laps. So they're going to have way fresher tires. As Micah pulls ahead of Brody Falliker. Here comes CD down low trying to make that move work. Couldn't quite do it. He's probably going to have to pass that 42 and 48 up high. Ryan Munoz, though, he might look to the outside. Here he comes on the outside of CD. And he will get that position away from the 9. Looks like Munoz is number 6, so we'll call him the number 6, as we have a caution for Hunter Young in the back here. At least that's what my leaderboard is saying. He's the one who went around, so go back and take a look. I'm pretty surprised this is a caution. Battling with Zach Saunders. Happens out of turn number 4. Oh, Duncan Fall slows down. I'm surprised that's a caution. He held on to it and was out of harm's way. But he got into the back of Duncan Fall there. And just kind of got loose. So no one coming down pit road. Ooh, actually we have some takers. Everybody's going to come down. Ooh, Micah's going to stay out. Interesting. And it looks like Micah might be the only lid lap car staying out. So that's going to hurt him big time on tires. As he's got like 40 laps on that pair. And he might actually have some help. Cameron Lopez stays out as well. He's going to go up there to the second. But Brody Falliker down pit road. Get to Gabe Gazzola so we can get the pit lane camera. See who gets out first. Looks like 4 tires for that 42 machine. As Munoz out first, but it's going to be Brody Falliker out of pit road first. Then Munoz, then Mangrum, Cocker, and Fa. As Lopez is coming down pit road, so that's just going to leave Michael Walls out there all by himself. So we'll see what happens here. Oh, wrong leaderboard, my bad. So yeah, 39 laps on those tires. Actually, it's... No, he did take tires. You can see the little blue line. And so everyone else taking tires there. So Micah's might be in big trouble here. I wonder if he was trying to come down pit road, but he was past the yellow line, so I don't know if that would have been a penalty. It wouldn't have been a penalty in iRacing, I don't think, but with this league and their rules, it could have possibly been a big-time penalty for this 48. Because he was past the commitment line when he was trying to come down and pit. We should be coming to the one to go signal this time by, so we'll be restarting with 22 laps to go. As Micah's going to choose that outside lane. And you know he's going to be hogging that lane this whole entire run if we make it all 22 laps. So this is going to get pretty chaotic here. As 5 cautions and almost 175 laps, that's not bad for Bristol. As coming to the restart zone, it's going to be Michael Walls on about 40 lap older tires from the rest of the field, and he's going to get a good launch on this restart. Green flag back in the air. Brody Falliker having some blinking issues. Just not going to help him, but he's going to hold on to second. They're going to be closing in on Micah pretty quickly here. 21 laps to go. Micah's just going to hold that outside lane. Going to try to hold it. Here comes Brody. Looked high, and now he's looking low. He gets a nice run, but Micah's going to get the run off the corner. He can just stay up there. Contact between the two leaders. 20 laps to go. CD Mangrum not too far behind. Same for Duncan Faw. Micah's going to hold position. CD had to get out of the gas there. 19 laps to go. This is going to be the longest 19 laps of Micah's life. As here comes Duncan Faw underneath CD for that position. Brody gets the run off the corner. He's going to probably send it in here. Nope, he's going to stay behind. Now he sends it in a little bit. Micah's trying to hold on to the position, but it's not going to be enough. Brody Falliker to the race lead. And here comes CD Mangrum down low. CD trying to take second, but this is what Brody wants to see. Battling for second with a slow car. But CD's going to possibly clear Micah, and he will. Micah up into the wall. Where did Francis Hamilton come from in that 89? Oh, Micah gets a punt. He's going to go sideways. He comes down into fall, and this is going to be a wreck. Duncan Fall also with heavy damage. Luke Allen has lost his hood. Don't know who else was involved there. Go back and take a look at what happened. It's just the slow car of Michael Walls. I think he got a punt from Ryan Munoz. Yes, he did. So he hit the wall. And right here, just a bit slower, and Munoz gets into the back of him. He comes down into Faw. Faw spins back up the racetrack into Munoz. Looks like Saunders and Jimmy Cocker may be a little bit involved in that as well. Go see from Duncan Faw. Nowhere for this. 76 to go as Michael Walls spins down the racetrack. He's just going to clip Duncan Faw in that right rear. There's Jimmy Cocker sideways trying to miss the 48, and I think he did. Francis Hamilton did not. There's Munoz getting involved. Sanders and Luke Allen hitting the 48 back there. Up in the air, the 76 kind of went there. Off the nose of Hunter Young, and no one else will hit him. So multi-car wreck here. So watch it again in real time. Brody Falliker will hold the race lead. CD Mangrum in second. Francis Hamilton, who does have damage. Same for Hunter Young. They both got collected in that wreck. I don't know how bad it is. Saunders and Cocker, I think, were both got a piece of it as well. Actually, I think Cocker missed it. But yeah, this is going to get interesting. Now all these drivers up here are on the same tire strategy. Michael Wall's going to try to stay out there with no front bumpers. Same for Duncan Faw, who's attached his front bumper back on. As Munoz did not beat the pace car out of pit road, so he's going to have to go to the tail end of the field. We'll be restarting with 11 laps to go. We'll see how chaotic it gets. CD Mangrum trying to get another win. Everyone else looking for their first. As Brody Falliker is going to choose that inside lane for this restart. So here we go. 12 cars on the lead lap. Actually, I think 13 on the lead lap, wherever Luke Allen is. A few of them are probably off pace, but it's going to be Brody Falliker leading us back to the green flag, who's having some lagging issues. As the pace truck is down pit road, enter the Geico restart zone, and green flag back in the air. A nice jump for this 42. Francis Hamilton and CD Mangrum side by side. for second. That's going to help that 42 kind of pull away here. But Mangrum is going to hold position. Ooh, Francis way up the racetrack. Hunter Young has found his way up here into third. Looking to get a nice podium after tearing up his equipment a few times. But Jimmy Cocker all over his back bumper. Francis Hamilton, or Ty Higginbotham, into the wall. As we come into 9 laps to go for Brody Falliker. As Jimmy Cocker, ooh, Hunter Young into the wall. Oh, that's unfortunate for this 87. He was having a good run. Back up front, Brody Falliker has about a half a second lead over CD Mangrum. And he's pulling away a little bit. 7 laps to go. Gonna hope these 7 laps go by pretty quickly here. Six laps to go for this 42 machine, still pulling away from Mangrum. As Jimmy Cocker is closing into this number 9, so he's going to probably battle for second here. Back here is Zach Saunders with Francis Hamilton. That's for 5th. It's Ty Higginbotham. Look at him in 4th. Haven't talked much about him tonight. We got 5 laps to go as a now second lead over CD Mangrum. As he's got company from Jimmy Cocker side by side for second here. Higginbotham and Francis Hamilton side by side back there for 4th. 4 laps to go. Ooh, Higginbotham loses another position to Zach Saunders. That's very close together. This is allowing Francis Hamilton to pull in. And he's going to look outside of Jimmy Cocker. We got 3 laps to go. We'll try to keep an eye on the leader and this battle for this position for second. Now here comes Zach Saunders to the inside. Cocker sends it in deep. 2 laps to go for Brody Falliker. He's hoping these drivers don't wreck. As he's got a 2-second lead over them out of the corner. We'll go up front now to Brody Falliker, who is going to see the white flag this time by. 1 lap to go here at Bristol. As they're still battling back here for this second spot. Cocker trying to pass CD Mangrum. Out of the corner. And out of turn number 4, it's going to be Brody Falliker winning here at Bristol. We'll see who gets second. It's going to be CD Mangrum, it looks like. Cocker with 3rd, as they're going to try to hold on to it. Hamilton 4th and Saunders 5th. Brody Falliker is going to get the win here. As everybody's shoving him up into the wall. He's going to come onto the front straightaway here. See if he can do his burnouts. As he parks it on the start-finish line, he'll get out of his car to celebrate with the fans, and he's going to do a little triple burnout here. And his motor has expired. Brody Falliker picks up the win here tonight. As we'll get into interviews as all these drivers blow their motors. That's Francis Hamilton in the 89. And that's Andrew Zapfa in the 69. We'll get to interviews here. We'll go down to the streaming and more. So we'll bring in 3rd place first, which was Jimmy Cocker. Don't know if I have permission to actually drag people in but I'll try. Actually, let me just go to the Discord. We'll probably just wait here until someone gets dragged in, because I don't think I have dragging permission. I don't. So. So we'll just see whichever one gets dragged in here first out of the top 3. Oh, and it's gonna be, looks like your winner. All right, so since you're the first one here, we'll just go ahead and interview. Congrats on your big win here at Bristol Motor Speedway. Got to the lead pretty late there, underneath some circumstances, passing Micah, who was on 40-lap older tires. Yeah, how do you feel about your first win this season?
Yeah, that was awesome. First of all, thanks for the broadcast. We didn't have that all last season. It was definitely a fun race. You know, battling with Micah at the end of the race. You know, I kind of faked him out heading into pit road. I knew he was in those older tires, and I knew that I had to go, so I kind of just cleared myself. And once I got around him, I figured that I had the better car than everyone else, so just rode around the top.
All right, yeah, and that last restart, you basically just took the lead away from everybody else and just ran off with it. Did help that they were battling for second, but yeah, good win. And would you like to thank any sponsors or anybody before you head out here?
I'd like to thank everyone over at FIWB. Great group of guys, and obviously congrats on Jimmy getting 3rd place right there. I believe that's where. But congrats to Jimmy as well, and yeah.
All right, well, thank you, Brody, and congrats on your win here at Bristol. And I'll see you next week, which I'll have to check the schedule to see what it is. Give me 1 second here, if I can find it. There's so many channels in this. Let's see. Next week is it's a Gateway, so that's gonna be a fun one. So yeah, I'll see you there.
Thank you.
We'll move over to our 3rd place finisher, who almost got 2nd. That is Jimmy Cocker. So Jimmy, you kind of took it easy there early. I don't think, you didn't even practice. You had no laps under your belt coming into this race, but you managed to get up here into 3rd, and a nice little battle there with CD at the end. How do you feel?
Feel pretty good. Yeah, we didn't get to qualify, didn't get to practice, didn't have any practice with this combination Xfinity at Bristol. I was busy fixing some paint schemes for Team FIWB there because they were not to code. But no, I felt really good. The car kind of settled in. Everyone was talking about getting snappy loose. And I mean, sitting back there and just running on the bottom, we were saving all the tire we could. And we were able to get them on the long run. It felt like we had a really good long run car. But just not enough for Brody. Brody was on rails. Him and Micah, class of the field, in my opinion. And yeah, I felt good, but just not good enough to win.
Yeah, and I believe you were the biggest mover this race. 19 spots gained from where you qualified. So congrats on that as well. Would you like to thank any sponsors or teammates before you head out here?
Sure, I'll start off with teammate. Brody winning the race, that's a big one for him. He's been looking to win one of these league races at Bristol for a very long time, so this one means a lot to him. I'm happy he was able to get it done. Shout out CD, that was one heck of a battle there at the end. We were side by side for what felt like 7 laps, and it was just great Bristol fun. And finally, shout out to the 87. I don't know what happened there out of turn 4. It looked like it was a racing incident, but I know that I ran into the back of him and kind of messed up his race. So I know I got one coming, and again, sorry, Hunter.
All right, well, congrats on your third place tonight, and I'll see you next week at Gateway.
Awesome, man. Thank you.
And we'll head over to our second place finisher, CD Mangrum, who will most likely take over the points lead here after his first at Daytona, and I can't even remember where he finished at Fontana. But yeah, a nice little battle for you there at the end with Jimmy Cocker. And yeah, how do you feel?
Yeah, it was a good time. Yeah, big shout out to Jimmy. That was a really fun battle at the end. He was probably faster, but just trying to hang on to the outside as long as I could. We came out turn 4 there at the line. It was real fun. So yeah, the race went exactly how I thought it would. There'd be a lot of spectacular events throughout, and just had to survive and make sure I took tires at the right time. And P2 at Bristol. I mean, that's a win for me in my mind. So I'll take it. It's a good time, especially after last week. So
Yeah, last week I know you were caught up into that wreck, the middle of the
I
race.
was the wreck.
Oh, you were? Yeah, you were the wreck. I forgot.
I was. So
But yeah, well, yeah, a nice little step back in the right direction here at Bristol. Is there anyone you would like to thank before you head out here?
Yep. Shout out to the sponsors. Shout out to Nordic Aluminum. Shout out to the team SLP Team 44. Shout out to my team GTR. Shout out to the admins and you, of course, Ryan, for broadcasting and for everyone who puts on this show.
All right, well, thank you guys for your times. Congrats on all of your all's top threes tonight. And yeah, I'll see you guys at Gateway next week. So that's going to do it. But first, let me go over some sponsors here. With another race in the books, we must say to our sponsors, your partnership means everything. Thank you for standing by us, for your dedication and being and part of the ARC League racing community. We'll go over those sponsors. So thank you to, of course, Dive Bomb Motorsports, ARC's primary partner. Dive Bomb is a collaborative new media project by motorsports fans for motorsports fans. Thank you to SimLeaguePro.com, ARC's league management partner. SimLeague Pro is built for drivers and community managers to create leagues and races that can be enjoyed by all on any platform or game. And of course, huge thank you to SimRep Market, iRacing's largest marketplace of professional level livery design templates, custom graphics, designs, number sets, and more for the sim racing community. Of course, SimRepMarket.com sponsors this national series, so again, a huge thank you to them. To IMB Racewear, Arc Sims Racing Apparel sponsor. IBM brings sim racing gloves, boots, and more, all truly built from the ground up with the quality and precision you deserve. To the Racing Rats, our Assetto Corsa modding partners, putting out high quality free mods and working closely with us to host incredible Assetto Corsa League racing. And finally, the James McAdam photography and AJ Nickel Designs, our photography and graphics design partners. From the green flag to the final lap, thank you for joining us this Auto Racing Connected broadcast. Next week is Gateway. I'll see you guys there.